Today I'm doing what has been requested by most of you, and that is doing another follow me type video, testing out these tips and tricks that all of the influencers are giving us. Hey everybody, welcome back to It's a Golden Lifestyle. I'm so glad you're here as per usual. So today what I'm doing is I'm following Jaclyn Hill. She has this how to easy smoky cat eye, and I really suck at doing smoky eyes. As you can see, I'm not the greatest. Like I said, I'm not a professional makeup artist. I just kind of practice and get better and see what I can do. So I want to see what Jaclyn Hill is going to tell us to do to perfect this smoky cat eye, because I suck and I can't do it. So also, if you enjoy this video or if you enjoy any of my other content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and comment down below. And also I want to tell you guys that I'm not watching these videos beforehand. I have no idea what she's about to tell me to do. I don't even know what product she's going to tell me to use, so hopefully I have the products. But I think it's going to be very interesting. So what I'm going to do is put on how I would do my smoky eye on the left side, and then we'll do Jaclyn's on the right side. That way we can compare what I've been doing with what she's saying we should do. So wish me luck. I'm going to speed through this process, but you guys will see me doing it. I'm just going to speed through it. Okay, I'm gonna press play and let's see.
I'm gonna be showing you basically how to achieve like the easiest smoky eye ever. You don't have to use the exact same products as me, but this only requires basically 2 brushes and 1 eyeshadow palette. It is so easy, and the technique itself is super easy. If you follow along, like I swear, you can do this. I'm gonna zoom you in nice and tight, nice and right and tight, okay? We're gonna get it popping. That sounded like the beginning of a porno. For today's look, I'm gonna be using the Morphe 25A palette. Looks like these. Is it in focus?
I might have that one. Hold on. I just sworn I had that palette. Okay, I don't have the Morphe 25A, but I do have Minted Cosmetics, which, depending on what colors she uses, I have a lot of those same tones in this palette. Okay, so I have a lot of the same tones in this palette, and then if I need the black, I'll use my Morphe times James Charles palette, which I'm sure is the same exact black.
For today's look, I'm just going to be using the matte brown,
the
matte
perfect
black. Then the 2 brushes that I'm going to mainly be using on my lid are my Ride or Dies recently.
I don't have those exactly, but I actually have Jaclyn Hill's Morphe brushes, and if those were her favorites from Morphe, then these are probably very similar. So 2 brushes. All right, Jax.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the M433 by Morphe. This is the Fluffy Natural Hair. So this is going to apply whatever product you pick up in a much more sheer wash effect. If you go in with a synthetic hair, which looks like this, which will be black typically, that's gonna apply more generous amount of product. So that's why we're gonna start off with a natural hair synthetic brush, because it's gonna apply the least amount of product, and I'm gonna start off by going in my crease area. So I'm gonna pick up, I know this is crazy, but I usually pick up all 3 of these shades. So it doesn't really matter, just pick one, pick the other one. You can go with all 3, but these 3 middle shades right here are like my favorites because they're very similar but yet different at the same time. So I just kind of take my brush and just kind of like amongst all of them. But any like medium tone neutral brown will do the trick for this look. So I'm just gonna take that. I'm gonna initially place my brush right on the outer corner of the eye right here, and I'm going to just begin to put that in the crease area. For this look, we're gonna kind of create like a cat eye essentially. So I don't want to put a ton of product on the inner corner of the eye. I want to leave that pretty nude and blank. I want basically everything to be on the outer corner. So we're gonna start in here. As you can see, I'm not starting as high as normal. Normally I start like all up in here, my crease, and I start with like a longer hair brush. Not today. I'm gonna keep it nice and low because I don't want this eye look to go up too high, like towards the brow. I want to keep it kind of down here a little bit. And I just always make sure that everything is
okay. just popped on over to the other eye. All right, so I don't even know if she dipped twice or if she just used the one. So I dipped again, so I'm just gonna It looks like she really built that up some. So I'm gonna build up the crease a little bit more. Okay. All right.
Blend it every step of the way before I move on to another color or another brush. I just make sure that everything is smooth, because that's the way you really achieve a flawless looking eye, is just to blend every single step as you go. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab some translucent powder, and this is the RCMA No Color Translucent Powder. I stamp it into my translucent powder. Any translucent powder will do. Tap off the excess, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create the shape that I want to have on my eyeshadow. If you want to have like a really intense, like cut eyeshadow, you can do that. You can make whatever shape you want. I'm gonna start, I'm trying to make sure I'm in camera. I'm gonna start right here at the corner, and I'm gonna just stamp it right back like that. And this is just a small observation. As you can see, I did not take that translucent powder and touch it all the way like to my actual lower lash line. Do you see that? How it's not actually touching right here in this section?
I wish you would have said that first, because I'm just following what you're doing. I definitely touched my lower lash line. Okay, all right, Jack. Yep, I named you Jack. All right.
That blank is because at one point after we get done with the upper lid, I'm going to take this brush, I'm going to go down in this area, and I don't want that translucent powder to get in the way, so it's not actually touching my actual like eyelid and lash line, if that makes sense. This trick is just something that I came up with and created one day when I was doing my makeup, because I love that like kind of whoosh, that like smoked out cat eye, but I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses, and it's just something that I cannot achieve on my own. So I just created this technique to make it easier for myself, and I'm telling you, it is like smoky cat eye for dummies. All right, so I'm going to pick up this brown right here on that small precision brush now, and I'm going to just begin to take this right along. I feel like I'm so crooked, like the camera needs to like come over to me. There, that's better. So I'm just gonna take this and begin to create like that dark brown smokiness, and I wanna keep this like low down at the lash line and then slowly bringing it upward. I'm actually gonna take some translucent powder really quick on a beauty blender, and I'm just going to put this underneath here, just in
You already have makeup on mine.
case I get really messy with my eyeshadow and have like a ton of fallout. I can just sweep it away in one quick swoop, and it will be totally gone. All right, so we are just sticking right there on that.
Okay. All right. All right. All right.
That lash line.
Wait.
And we're gonna get that lash line.
Where's my brush? Where's my brush? Okay, here it is. All right. All right.
Nice and dark, just on the outer corner, just going back and forth, as you can see. And then I'm gonna just slowly kind of flick it out towards that translucent powder that I have there. I'm just working in nice and slow motion. As you can see, I'm just slightly creating a little line. Nothing intense or scary. I'm gonna go back in with the original brush, and I'm going to just go right over top of that. There's nothing on that brush right now at all. It's totally naked.
Okay, I have to clean the brush. Hold on. All right.
I'm just going over all of that.
Over all of it.
I'm gonna pick up just a little bit more.
Hold on. Okay. Going over all of that. Okay. Right.
Of that original color that I went in with in the lower crease, and I'm just going to use that to go right over top of this situation. Now I'm just gonna repeat the same steps on the other eye. Apply, blend, repeat. So the trick when you begin to like swoop out this dark shadow is to not have too much on your brush. Like, you don't want to go in and touch the product and have fresh shadow on there and then start swooping it out, because it will get messy very, very quickly because you'll have too much product. You want to go in with just a little bit of product on that brush and begin to sweep it outward. Again, I'm going to grab this brush, go over the entire thing to blend it out. As you can see, I'm leaving this inner corner like literally blank. Completely blank, but I love the way it looks without putting like a matte shadow there or anything, because it just gives it like a sultry, kind of sexy, natural look. And you know what I mean when I say natural, like obviously
3 weeks later, many months later. So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one. Tomorrow for sure. Eventually,
Now we're gonna go in with the black right here. Just
okay.
this matte black at the very
Black, 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 black. All right. Okay, I got James Charles matte black. Let's see which brush.
bottom. Is that in focus? There we go. That matte black right there on the exact same small synthetic brush that we've been working with the entire time. And I'm going to just put it right here in the outer corner only. I am not going to bring this in really far. I'm not going to bring it up too high. I want to keep this nice and low because this is going to be the thing that's actually going to open up our eyes, believe it or not, because when you do a smoky eye, sometimes you can get like that closed eye effect. But when you put black on the outer lash line, on the upper and lower lash, it's going to give you that more like open almond effect. Does that make sense? Like it's going to take your eyes from this to like this. It's going to like make the outer corner like boop, pop open. And then just really like...
Hold on, it's an ad. Make it hustle. Okay.
So we no product left on that brush. Flick it out. Just like that. Okay, so now that I have the black on there, I'm gonna go over again with the exact same
Black. Flick it out. Don't go in. Stay at the bottom. Okay. All right. Now what?
original brush.
Original.
Blend everything out. There's nothing on this brush again. It still is totally bare. I'm just going over everything. And what I love about the smoky eye is even though we have all of the edges blended, there's still something about it that looks slightly messy, and I just like it because it just gives like a sexy, sultry vibe. Oh, the magic of translucent powder.
Wait. I feel like this is just like a scramble. Okay, translucent's coming off. Okay.
Goodbye. Now you can see after I wiped away that translucent powder on my lower lash line, do you see how I have some darkness down there? That is because when I originally went in with this brush, I didn't put it on the actual lower lash line like I was saying earlier. I put it right underneath and then stamped it up because now I have this like natural connect that happens right there between the lower and the upper. I'm just gonna go in and just define that even more. So now I'm gonna take that same brush we've been working with the whole time. I just kind of wiped it off a little bit on a paper towel. I'm gonna be honest, I use my sweatpants, but it's totally fine. And then I'm going to grab
I just use my sweatpants too.
Grab any of these products, any of these shadows right here in the center, and I'm going to begin to blend those out on the lower lash line. So I'm gonna start on the outer corner because that's where I want the most emphasis to be on the lower lash line. And I'm going to just connect the lower lash line to the upper. As you can see, it basically already is because of how I applied the translucent powder in the first place. But I'm just going to begin to connect that even more. And then whatever is left on the brush, I'll just kind of lightly bring it into the inner corner, but not too much because I want that inner corner of the eye to be pretty blank. Now, something that I will do if I want this to be really structured is I'll kind of just go ham in here and then I'll go back with this brush a second time. I don't always do this, but sometimes I will, to just really clean all of that up and make And then I'm gonna go in with a Morphe gel liner. I swear to God, this video is not sponsored by Morphe.
I don't have a gel liner, so I'm gonna get creative. I don't have a gel liner, so I'm gonna get creative and use some mascara and just take it off of there. And we'll see what happens.
So I'm just gonna take that on a small liner brush and I'm going to apply it on my inner waterline.
Do I even have a liner brush? Wait, I think I have a liner brush. Did she say inner waterline?
Inner waterline.
That's not happening. This is watery eye, allergy eye, suicide. Like I don't, gosh, I don't think I can do that.
You can use just a regular kohl liner. That's what I've always done in the past, but recently.
Putting that in her eyeball. I'm really nervous. I don't think I can, okay, all right. Oh my God, she went in her eye, like in her eye. And she's not even, is she pulling down on her skin?
Just done this, I don't know why. It just seems to be really, really fast and really, really.
Oh my gosh, she goes all the way across. Okay. Okay.
I'm taking that same brush with the liner left over on it, and I'm going to just kind of on the outer corner of the lower lash line only, I'm gonna kind of smudge it down just a little bit, just kind of like pressing it down into that lash line, because I want it to be like way darker and blacker on the outer part of the eye. I'm gonna grab just like a definer.
Okay. Okay, now what, Jaclyn?
Brush like this. It's the Morphe 432. Oh my god, it's like I don't have any other brand. Here, I have a Sigma one. This is the E15. It's the same one, but that's my concealer brush that I use for my brows. And I'm gonna just go in with a little bit more of that black, and I am going to just only on the outer portion of the eye. I am
black eyeliner or black shadow? Okay, I'm gonna assume that she's saying black shadow. So I'm getting the black shadow. Okay, it's on there.
I'm not gonna drag it in far to the center of my eye. I'm just keeping it right there on the outer portion. I'm gonna just shimmy that brush back and forth just to darken and smoke out that black. I'm gonna do that same thing on the upper lash line as well, just right here on the outer edge. I'm just gonna take that brush and just really get that outer corner nice and black, just because. Okay, let's just remove any extra.
I gotta pick up some more black. Okay, picked up some more black. My eye is about to water like a crazy person. All right, I can't see.
I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. Oh my gosh, I almost just stabbed myself in the eye. And I'm going to do...
Oh, okay. I've got Rimmel. She's going on the lashes. Okay, all right.
Just one thin coat. I am going to be applying false lashes. I'm going to be applying the Intoxicating Lashes by Flutter. It looks like this right here. I've got the other one in my hand right now. They are just so dramatic while being like wispy, fluffy, sexy, kind of spiky. I love them. So I cut these lashes way more on the end than I normally would. Like I would typically leave them longer, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it more on the outer part of my eye so that it really helps emphasize like this kind of cat eye drama that we have going on.
Lashes. No, I'm not doing lashes. I don't, no. No.
On the outer corner.
But I will do my other eye mascara.
So that completes this look.
Wait a minute, but that looks so fire. Okay, I have to do lashes. I have to do lashes. I really don't want to do them on camera because that's a whole 15-minute deal for me. I've got these lashes here from Amazon. So I'm gonna take these and cut it. And actually what I'll do is I'll go off camera and do this part because, or should I? Ugh, guys, I really don't want to do eyelashes. All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna put these lashes on and then I'm coming back. Okay, so I put both lashes on. I'm gonna press play and see what last thing she's saying to do.
And added some highlight, of course, gotta be champagne pop in. I just love this look so much. There's something about it because of the fact that it's not just like so seamless, if that makes sense. And like there's no brow bone highlight. It gives kind of like a natural, more like exotic. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy this. I am just rambling at this point. Thank you for watching. I love you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up.
Okay, I put some lip gloss on. These are both of the eyes. This side is Jaclyn Hill's and this side is what I typically do. I feel like this one is more like, I feel like this side is more like professional looking, I'm not gonna lie, and I feel like this is more like I'm trying to make $100 at the strip club because they need to see my eyes from the very back. I still like my little smoky eye, I ain't gonna lie, but I do think hers is more subtle and it's more like seamless and professional looking. So yeah, you guys tell me down in the comments, let me know what you think. Do you think it's something that we could easily follow? I think Jaclyn did a really good job at explaining herself. Some things I did not like about this application, like putting it in my waterline, like that's just a no-go for me. But outside of that, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. You guys let me know down in the comments what you think. Make sure you're following me on Instagram because I post a lot of stuff on Instagram, stuff that you don't see on YouTube. So you don't want to miss that. And if you ever want to just chat with me, I'm on Twitter, Miss_Photoshop. I'll put everything down in the details, so you don't have to try to remember that off the top of your head. Anyway, again, thank you for tuning in to It's a Golden Lifestyle. I'll see you on the next episode.